everyone, welcome to All Things Laser Earrings. I am filming at night, so my light's a little bit funky. I'm sorry, it's going to go in and out, but hopefully you can see everything really well. And all of this is going to have follow-up tutorials, so you'll be able to see everything nice and brightly in the daytime too. We're talking about double layered earrings. I think it's a great way to mix and match materials. It's a great way to mix wood, painted wood with like a second layer. I love double layered earrings. It is very beginner friendly. So I think I have about 5 or 6 different ways of doing it here. I started designing, as usual, I started designing 1 or 2 and then I designed 20, but that's just the way I am. So let's start. I would say the easiest way to start double layered earrings is what I have up here. It's these earrings here, where you can simply grab shapes that you really like, and you can play around with your acrylics. You can play around with either having jump rings or gluing them together like here. And then you can do this for any season where you just grab, you cut out some pieces of the season that symbolize the season. Like in this case, I cut out some bats and some skulls. And okay, I have the bows because bows are like really in fashion right now. And I have a little spider and a skull. And you can like add them to earrings that you already have. You can add them to styles that you already have. It doesn't have to be that complicated. These are a little bit more like, not complex, but slightly different shapes. This is like a pill shape. This is a pill shape with like some jagged edge. I will share this file. I will share all these files actually. But the fun thing is that you can like, this is a great way for you to start. Like, oh, look, I can, and to start like playing around with how different colors work together. Like I love this one here with the transparency where the bat looks like it's flying, right? Because it has the clear. And it's just a really fun way of starting. I mean, this is just a normal earring. This is definitely just a very normal earring. And then you put a bat on it and it just gives it a completely different feel, right? Like now you're in Halloween. And of course, like I said, this works for all seasons. I had some here that I did for Valentine's, and look how fun this is. This is such a simple design. And then all I did was add a heart, and it's Valentine's, right? And I mix and match different acrylics. This is like pattern. This is MDF patterned. And these are obviously walnut. So yeah, so this is a really fun way to start with double layered earrings if you're not quite sure what to do and you already have some shape of earrings that you really like. The second way to do it, which is also really simple, is to simply layer 2 patterns on top of each other. I was playing here with that retro vibe, so I have these flower ones here. And then you make them Halloween, obviously, by putting something Halloween on top, right? And this is, once again, a great way to discover how to mix and match acrylics, because not everything goes well together once you put it on top of one on top of each other. You have to be careful not to put 2 shiny things together. It's always good to have a matte and a shiny, or a sparkly and a shiny, like you see here, sparkly on top of matte, or matte on top of sparkly, or else you don't really see it very well. Complementary colors like this purple on top of this orange, although they're both Halloween colors, but they're more of a pastel version. So they're like a little bit more fun, as opposed to like here, which was more traditional Halloween. And here, like the pink on top of the very super glittery, it's not even glitter. I don't even know what to call this. Most of these acrylics, if you're curious, they're from CMB. And then it's like, this is a great way to experiment. Like this looks really good on here, but if I put like the shiny, I mean, it still looks good. I kind of prefer the matte with the matte on this one, but this is a good way to start figuring out. Here we go, put that there, and look how cool that looks. That looks really fun, right? If I want to put like a little, you can see it, but this is such a holographic kind of acrylic that it kind of does blind you out. Like I think it works better on the bottom, like this holographic, and then the matte on top. It just reads better. Here you go. So this is a good way to start experimenting with how acrylics really work. What looks good. I love playing around and seeing my different options. And then I did a more kind of more Halloweeny where I did the spider web, right? And I have different kinds. You can see different, I cut out in different kinds of acrylic. Always such a fun way to play with all your acrylics. This is like a really fun kind of, it kind of looks like material a little. You don't see it so well in this light. This is a matte black, which I'm in love with. And don't look too closely because I still haven't taken out all the middle bits there. This is like more of a just jelly acrylic. And then this is the holographic. And then I have, you know, like going back to kind of that retro look, the pastels, which I really like. And once again, the bows are really fashion. I was like, what happens if I put a bow on top of the spider web? And I actually kind of love that. And then once again, if I put like here, I think the pumpkin on top of the mat looks really cool actually. And I'm going to do it on purpose so that the underneath, once I take it out, it'll look like teeth. So that's actually really fun, a fun surprise. Obviously, this is a really more classic, the spider on the spider web. But then I have like the skull and bones, really fun. And then once again, like I have it in different kinds, different colors because I want to experiment. I want to see what looks good. This is shiny with shiny. It's somehow shiny and shiny, just it's too much. They kill each other. Don't love that. So it would have to be shiny on the matte black, and then I like it more. But you have to be careful with mirrors because mirrors reflect a lot. So sometimes it's just a little too much, and sometimes mirrors look better as a backdrop as opposed to the main piece on top. So in this one, I definitely prefer, like, once again, this more like pastel-y. I don't know if this is quite pastel-y, but it's more of a muted orange. And then like the black on top of the jelly. I thought that looks really good. Or, you know, on top of the holographic, that kind of looks fun too. And then we'll also talk about how to glue, because here obviously you have to be a little bit careful because this has holes all over the place. So you want to make sure you don't get glue everywhere. So we'll talk about glue. And then I moved on to like, but what about mixing materials? And mixing materials can be so fun. One, because just the fact that it's like the wood, the acrylic on top of the wood already makes it look so, so cool. I really like the contrast. You don't see it so well, but this is the matte black, and this is kind of a matte bone white too. It looks so good on this belted birch. But obviously, this is me just being really straightforward with these, because I can now go in and I can like stain them. I can paint them. I'm going to do all of that to show you. I can use fabric. I can use paper. I can paint the backgrounds however I want to really make everything pop. And I will be showing that. I'm super excited about that. This one's kind of a slightly different design where I will paint the cat and then have the little bow on top. I just really like the idea of having the cat having a little bow. And then these are more like, you're starting to get a little bit more complicated where these are actually 3 different pieces of acrylic. And then you put them together. And then once again, you kind of have to see what looks good, what will pop. This black and doesn't look as great, I think, as the white. I thought the black would look really good with this. This is kind of like a really fun, funky purple. It looks okay. I don't love it. I would actually, if I was going to do it, this combination, instead of wood, I would make the back acrylic, I think. Like a clear acrylic, just to let these float. I love like the idea of floating materials like here with the bat. So I think I'm going to remake this with acrylic, like a clear acrylic at the back. And of course, like if you want to keep it lighter, instead of using 1/8 of an inch, because this is all an 1/8 of an inch, you can make the backs a 1/6 of an inch. You can't get everything, all acrylics in a 1/6 of an inch, but you can definitely get wood in a 1/6 of an inch. And you can definitely get clear acrylic in a 1/6 of an inch. So I think I'm going to play with that too. And this is like just me having a lot of fun. Playing with the idea of Halloween, and I wanted to show you different ways that you can double layer earrings, to put it in your imagination and to think of the different ways that you can do it. And like, I just love this. I was like, it's going to look so plain, but now I'm like, I actually really like this. It's like a matte black on the Baltic, and of course this is scored. And then the best part of these earrings, you can actually just paint them too. So they will be available as a file that you can just paint, and then I will have all these pieces separated below where you can also cut them down, and it's a great way to learn how to double layer because you just follow the lines and put them in, and there you go. You have a double layered earring. And then I can leave it plain or I can stain it. I can paint the borders, the frames. I mean, I'm very into frames right now. um, so there's just so many things that can happen when you make them on wood. It's really kind of exciting. Like the same with these flowers. I'm also going to cut them out in wood and we will paint them and explore everything that we can do just with these designs that we have here. Like the possibility, there are so many different things that we can do. And I hope you enjoyed. This is like a kind of an introduction to double layered earrings. Maybe I showed a little too much. I'm sorry, I have that problem. But I wanted to put this in your mind, and then we are going to like discuss each one of these projects individually and show different options that we can make with each one of these projects. And thank you so much for watching. And if you want more tutorials, please join my All Things Laser Earrings Facebook group. It's a great community. I keep it very, very positive. I have people coming in and doing tutorials too. I love sharing other designers. I love designers coming in sharing their designs. And yes, if you like this tutorial, please share it with your friends. Thank you so much.